Okay, good evening. Here is my latest. It is finally finished. Seems like I was putting last minute things on it for days. But that's what happens sometimes, I suppose. So this one is made out of heavy duty cardstock with pattern paper on the inside and outside cover and lace trim on the spine. Here is I think I showed this before on my Facebook page, a corrugated piece of cardboard, and then I decoupaged a napkin on top of that. I added some music paper behind that, layered it all together. Then I have this tag that I decoupaged a bit of the music paper on it and a piece of napkin. Then there's a piece of lace and a button on a bolt pin. That turned out kind of pretty. Okay, this is a eyelet and ribbon closure. And yes, I forgot to undo it before I started filming, so you get to see my struggle. Sorry about that. Okay. So close, so close. Yay! And here we go, on the inside. This is one signature, but it's like, I think 15 pages. Folded, doubled, you know all that. Alright, this one, I made a pocket with the excess cardboard. And it's heavy duty cardstock, and then it's a vintage, really old, from like the 40s and 50s magazine that I got in a swap that I don't recall from who, I'm sorry. Could have been Angie White, no. Anyway, you know, those swaps, they muddle with your mind. This is one of Lisa. Thank you so much again. Lovely Happy Mail. Isn't that pretty flower? And then I put a bit of lace trim behind it that was kind of bright, so a lady that I was watching that on YouTube, I don't remember who now, she colored her ribbon with her lace with ink. So I tried it and it dinged it up a bit. Then I've made in the pocket just this large tag. All I did was stencil all over the whole thing. Can add whatever you like to it, but I thought it was pretty just how it is. Stamped on the back, and then a bit of ribbon trim, and then a piece of Tsunami Rose ephemera that I backed with file folder. Thank you. And this is also from Lisa. Isn't that gorgeous? I was nervous because it was so fragile, so I wanted to hurry and put it on something quick. I don't have very good luck with fragile sometimes. More stamping. Okay, there's a couple of coffee dyed papers in between every cardstock that most of it has lines on it, and I thought it was awesome, so I grabbed the paper pad when it was on sale at Hobby Lobby. So it already looks pretty aged, so I didn't touch it with coffee staining or anything. Here we have some note paper that I've just washi taped and stapled. Here I've done a Patricia Viramontes type pocket, inspired pocket, and a Tsunami Rose bit of ephemera. And then I found these at a craft store. They're just felt doilies. Interesting, I know. I've never seen that before. On a large index card that I've stamped in coffee dye. There's some more index card with stamping. Ledger paper. I've done quite a bit with Edith Holden book page. Just making it into envelopes and different things that I've tried out in this book. There's a postcard backed onto, oh my goodness, file folder, goodness. And then the envelope is just a coin envelope that I made, and Tsunami Rose flowers. And then this is the cardstock, gorgeous lined paper clip, little fibers on it. Here's the coffee dyed paper, and this is also Edith Holden book page with my new stamp. Isn't that awesome? Just stamped it on there, and then ripped it all around it and glued it down. Okay, this is what I tried that I posted a few days ago. It was the Nick the Booksmith's tutorial on Franken pages. I was a little nervous to try something so huge, so I made it a little bit smaller onto heavy cardstock and then used it as a tuck spot for this. It's a few note papers, again washi taped and stapled together. This was really fun to make though, and I just added washi tape for something a little different and a cardstock heart. Note paper, children's writing paper, and stamping. Some more cardstock that is stamped. Here's some more Edith Holden book page that I've stamped a leaf on. And another leaf. Oh, excuse me. To grab a tissue. Okay. Onward and upward. There's some more of that gorgeous cardstock, lined. This is definitely a journal book. Here's some parchment paper that I've done an Yvonne Preston altered envelope on it. With some cardstock, and then one of Lisa Hobson's gorgeous flowers. And I put some little bit of cheesecloth behind it. And then behind the envelope is a piece of file folder that I've stamped, and you can journal on that. A tag stamped. And Tsunami Rose ephemera that's backed onto file folder and stamped. More children's writing paper. Love this lined paper, that's awesome. Here's the center of the book. I've done 2 Prima cards that I'm using as tuck spots with sentiments backed with old book page. And then I was watching, her name is Gail. I don't know how to say her last name, I'm sorry. But she has a YouTube channel, and she was teaching how to do, in like 7 videos, how to put together a junk journal. She also was showing how she does her layered tags. And so I tried a little bit with some stenciling and my new stamp. Isn't that cool? And then I have a new die cut that does tags, and so I got an old book that shows different paintings, and so I just ripped out a page, put it in the die cut, and isn't that gorgeous? I like how that turned out. And then some vintage trim. You can journal on the back. And on this one, this is a butterfly that I've stenciled. Typed the word butterfly. Done a few butterfly punches that I've folded not quite in half. They just get a little smushed in the book, but they come right back. Little in-flight butterflies with some vintage trim. Another parchment paper and another altered envelope with another. She does such pretty flowers, doesn't she? I think I've used all her flowers that she sent me in this journal. All the big ones anyway. Some lined paper for journaling. Goes behind. And then I've made this tag. Stamp the back. And this piece of ephemera from Tsunami Rose's Charming Fragments kit. And I backed it with file folder. More lined cardstock. This is about the sturdiest journal I've ever made. All this cardstockness. And there's another piece of Edith Holden paper that I've stamped. And here's a wedge triangle tuck with some ribbon flowers. Then inside that we have more Tsunami Rose from her Charming Fragments kit. I haven't used it in quite a while, so I thought I'd print it out again. And backed it with file folder. And then there's this one that I just printed onto heavy cardstock, and I left it open for journaling. And then it's an envelope. And we have this vintage looking postcard. I've stamped on the back. And this is from her kit also. It's just a page that I printed out on cardstock and then cut to fit inside the envelope. With more stamping. And then the flap. It's a tuck spot for this tag that I've made out of Edith Holden book page. And then Tsunami Rose bucket of flowers. And then I added 3 flowers with some bling in the middle. Make it a little more dimensional. We have another envelope with Edith Holden book page. Some lace behind Tsunami Rose ephemera. Isn't that beautiful? I like Tsunami Rose's flowers are so pretty. And then on the inside, we have this tag, which has a quarter doily on it, and a tag tucked in. You can write all over that. And this tag. And more gorgeous lined cardstock. And another stamp page. Here's another of the Franken pages, tuck spot. A little bit of washi tape. These were more fun to make than I thought. I was a little nervous what to place where. It doesn't really matter, it all turns out great. And some more note paper, washi tape, stapled. That's your paper, index card. Here, I kind of overstuffed this pocket. I got a little excited, sorry. Okay, so here's a book page, pocket, thank you, Patricia, and a little Tsunami Rose ephemera. Behind that is Birds on a Wire tag. And Innkeeper type dress form, just traced around one of hers, added a flower. This tag, packed onto file folder. When I put them on the file folder, I Mod Podged them on, so I could be sure and get all of the edges. And it worked great. This is Tsunami Rose little envelope thing. I don't even know what it's called, but it's cool. And a couple of journal cards that are backed with vintage typewriter paper. And a little Tsunami Rose tag backed with file folder. And then the last pocket, we have another piece of heavy cardstock, another piece of that magazine, lace trim. Lisa, your last big flower. They were so awesome, thank you. A large tag for journaling. And a piece of Tsunami Rose ephemera. Isn't that gorgeous? Backed with file folder and stamped. And that is my latest. It will be for sale on my Facebook page. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.